Hello everyone. This is part 36. This is part 36 of our playlist. Our playlist name is Full Stack Python. Okay, so this is not just a playlist. This is a training course. This is what a training course. In this training course, we are learning theory, theory and program both. And both we are learning. We are learning theory as well as program, but in depth. Why we are learning in depth? Because for example, theory is also important. Why theory is important at a time of interview? Okay, theory is important at the time of, like, if you want to write some entrance exam, then theory is important. For example, you are giving some computer science exam, so they ask theory question. So theory is important for competitive exam reason. Okay, and also for understanding good knowledge in programs. Okay, if you have good knowledge about theory, like if you know the basic concept, then only you can build the logic for the program. If you're not able to build the logic of the program, it's mean you are lacking in theory. So theory is equally important. So we are learning theory in depth and we are learning program in depth. After that, we will learn projects. We will create projects. So many projects we will create. Okay, don't worry. Because this is not a video, but a training course. All right, everyone. And I also attach the notes. I'm attaching all the notes in the description. Okay, so from day one, from day one to till here, till now, you can get all the notes. Check out in the description. We have playlist link as well as notes link. Okay, so you can get all the notes and all the playlist videos. Okay, everyone. So let's start our lecture. Let me clean this. So in this video, we are going to learn about program based on list, because we already covered theory in depth about list, and now we will create some program using list. I hope I hope you cleared about this training course. Okay, so see, reading data from list using for loop. So how we can read data from the list using for loop? So for example, we have this list. In this list, we have some numbers like 10, 20, 30 till 100. Okay. So we want to add all the values of list. So how we can add all the values? First, we will take a variable x equals to 0. Then we will use for loop, and x is what? User defined variable in list. So list is what? List is one iterable. List is what? One iterable. Okay, so we can fetch the value. We can fetch the value from the list using if you want to read value from the list. So we have two methods. We have two methods to read the values from the list. One is index based. With the help of indexing, we can read value, and with the help of iterable iterable, we can also read the value from list. What is the mean of this? For example, if you are writing for I in, and what is the name of the list? Suppose list. For example, you are not writing list. Instead of list, you are writing range. Okay, and you are defining start value and some, like you are giving start value as well as what? As well as end value. Okay, so for example, 5. You want to 0 to 5. You want to read value. Okay, so what this method is, this approach is based on index, because we are mentioning we will read data from with the help of index. So here I will write list 1 and I. So it will read based on index value. So what is the initial value of I? Initial value I is 0. So what is mean? It will take element from the 0th position. For example, we have list. So this is the 0 position, 1 position, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So this is what? This is called index based approach. This is what? Index based approach. For example, what is another approach? What is another approach? So another approach is with the help of iterable. With the help of iterable, we can also read the values. How we can read? How we can read? We will write for I in. Now we will not write range method. We directly write here iterator. For example, list 1. Okay, list 1. And directly we can print I. So what is the value of I? Now I is not starting from 0 because we are using iterator. So that's why I will start from 10 itself. It will start 10. So what is the I value? I value is 10. Then it will iterate again. So what is the next value? 20. So it will print 20 now. First 10, 20, and 30. So when we talk about iterate method, so it does not counting index. It is start from the first value of the list. Okay, because we have some iterables like dictionary, where we don't have indexing. In dictionary, if we talk about dictionary, so in the dictionary we don't have indexing. Instead of indexing, we have key and value pair. So how we can read the data from the dictionary? We will use iterable method. We will write the dictionary name simply here. So how many methods we have? We have two methods. One is index based and other is iterable based approach. Okay, I hope you are clear, everyone. All right. Now let's the program. How we can add? How we can add all the data from the list? Okay, see. So how we can add data from the list? So what approach we are using? We are using iterable approach. So what is the value of x? X value is 10. Okay, we are not following index approach. So x value is 10. So what will happen? What is the s value? S equals to s plus x. So what is the x value? X value is 10. Okay, x value is 10. And what is the s value? S value is 0. So what is assigned inside s? 10. Okay, now it will run second time. This is the first time and it will run second time. So second time, what will happen? What is the x value now? X value would be 20. So x value is 20 plus what is the s value now? What is the s value? S value is 10. Okay. Now what will assign? 30 is assigned. So same, it will iterate third time and four and till like this. And we are we are adding all the elements till end, till 100. And after coming out, because this is statement inside the loop, so it will add all the element. Okay, and after when you come out from the loop, it will print sum of the list. Okay, so it will print list here and it will print summation of all the elements, because as variable is containing summation of all the element of the list. Okay, so we will write the program for this so that we can understand clearly. All right. So ideally, I will search. Ideally is nothing but integrated development learning environment. Okay. And this particular mode is known as interactive mode. And this three greater than symbol known as Chevron prompt. So we want to write program. So we will open programmable mode. So this is programmable mode, or you can say scripting mode. So I will save the file first. Okay. Full stack Python programs, and I'll give some name. My file like 30. Okay. So by default, this file type is Python. So I will not mention .py. Okay, so now what I will write, I will create a list, for example, list one. Okay, and I will give some element like 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, now what I will do, I will write a variable. For example, sum, I will write, okay, I will write only s equals to 0. Then what I will write, I will write for loop. Okay, then I will write, for example, I in a range. If I write range, so what does it mean? This is index based approach. This is what I, for example, if I write 0 to n, or how many elements are there? 0, 1, 2. Like if I talk about elements, so we have four elements. So I will write four here. Okay, so this is index based. But what approach we are going to follow? We want to follow iterable approach. So here I will write simply list name. So what is the I value? In the first iteration, I value is 10, because this is what iterable approach. And in the second iteration, I value would be 20. And in the third iteration, I value would be 30, and then I value would be 40. Okay, so if I'm reading all the value from beginning to end, so when you add this value, what I will do, I will add inside s variable like I. So this will add each values. So when I come out from the loop, I will use print function, and I will write f and single quotes. So this is what, this is formatting string. Why I am using formatting string? So that I can print variable data as well as message in a single line. So that's why I'm using f string. So I will say sum of list. Okay, so I will write sum of list one. So instead of list one, what will print? Instead of list one, list element will print. Okay, because this is inside the curly bracket. Okay, now I will write is, and I will write sum. Now what will print? The value will print. What is the s value? Whatever the value of s, it will print as it is. Okay, so now I will save the program and I will run the program. So what will happen? The sum of 10, 20, 30 and 40 is what? 100. Okay, so for example 10 and 20 is 30, 30 and 30 is 60, 60 and 40 is 100. So sum is 100. So it is working. But we can also follow the range approach. So what is the range? I will write range. Okay, inside range the starting value is 0. And what is the end value? What is the end value? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth is the end value. I will write 4 here. Okay, so what will happen? uh, I value is what? I value is what? I value is 0. So I, instead of I will write index list 1 like this. So it's mean I means 0. So what is the 0th position? 10. 10t having second position, sorry, first position, and this is what? This is 30th position. So what I'm saying here, I'm saying what is the index value of 10? 0. Okay, and what is the index value of 20? It is 1, and this is 2, and this is what? 3. Okay, so this is what? Index based approach. All right. Okay, all right. So now what will print? Same. What will print? If I run this code, what will happen? 100 will print. So we done program with the help of index approach as well as iterable approach. I hope you are getting, I hope you having idea now what is index approach and what is iterable approach. Okay, this video may be long, but you will understand all the concept. Take this video as a training course. Do not take this video as like one single video for learn Python, because this is a training course. If you want to be trained in Python, so you have to give time. Okay, so this is second program is find the maximum value of list. How we can find the maximum value? I will use what I will do. I will take first element from the list. What I'm saying here, for example, I have a I have a list of some element like 10, 20, 30, and 40. So what, see this line now, see this line, focus here. Okay, in this line, what I'm doing, I'm taking first index element and I'm storing in the max value. So what is the index value? 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I am taking 0th position. And what is the name of this list? You can say list 1 is the name of the list. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm taking maximum value, max value. Okay, so what is the max value? How can I? So I am giving the first value. Let's take, I'm taking the first value. So list 1, 0, 1 and 0th position means 10. Okay, so I'm storing 10 inside this variable. Okay, let's suppose I'm storing max variable as 10 inside this. Then for loop. Now focus on the for loop. For loop. So what is the x value? I'm using iterable approach. This is not the index approach. This is iterable approach. So what is the x value? X value is 10. You will directly get 10. And what I'm doing, I'm comparing. If x value, what is the x value? X value is 10. So 10 is greater than maximum. 10 is greater than max value or not? I'm checking. So is 10 is greater than max value? What's the max value? Max value is also 10. So is it true? No, it is not true. Both are same, but both are not. Max is not greater than 10. So this condition is false. If condition is false, then what we will do? What we will do? We will say, okay, see what is happening. Max value is 10. Okay, and x in list 1, and list 1 is what? 10. So x is greater than max value or not? No, so it will not execute. Okay, now x value will increase. Now it will take another iterable. So now x value is 20. So we will check 20 is greater than max value. 20 is greater than max value. What's the max value? 10. So 20 is greater. Yes, 20 is greater. See, 20 is greater or not? 20 is greater than 10. So what we will do? We will change the max value. What we will do? We will change the max value. Max x value will assign to the max value. So what is the x value? X value 20, and it will assign to the max. So now max value is 20. Okay. Now another iterable, x value will increase. So what will happen? Now it will indicate 30. So again we will check 30 is greater than 20 or not. Yes, 30 is greater than 20. Then what we will do? We will assign x value into the max variable. So what is the x value? 30. So 30 will assign to the max. Okay. Now I value will again increase. I value again increase. So sorry, x value will again increase. So now what is the x value? X value is 40. So 40 is greater than 30. Yes, 40 is greater than 30. Then what I will do? I will assign x value to the max value. So what is the x value? 40, and I will assign 40 here. Okay. So now maximum value is 40. And in this list, what is the maximum value in this list? 40 itself. 40 is the maximum value. Then we will print using f string maximum value of list is max value. So in this list, 40, for example, max value is 40, and 40 is also the greater value in this list. So this is how we can find the find the maximum number. So let's write the program for the same. For example, I want first I will create list 1 equals to 10, 20, 30, or I can say 40. All right. So how can I find maximum variable? First, I will take a variable max value. Okay, and I will give the first index of the list. First index means first value. So what is the 10 position? 10 position is 0. What is the 10 position? So what I'm saying here, see. So 10 position is 0, 1, 2, and 3. All right. Okay. Now what I will do now, I will I will iterate. So using for loop, I will write for I in what I will use iterable method. So I will simply write list one column. Then what I will do, I will check if what if I value is greater. If I value is greater, I value means 10. It will indicate 10. If I value is greater than list 0. Okay, instead of list I will write max value. If I value is greater than max value. Okay, so I will change the max value. I will say put maximum value inside the max value. If I is greater, so I will make greater what max value. So I will assign greater value to the max value. If I is greater than, then only it will execute. If it is not greater, then what I will do? I will say I got the maximum value. So what I will say using f string, I will say max value of this list one. Okay, instead of list one, all the element will print. Then I will say is what max value. Okay, by the end of the iteration, maximum value received by the max value variable. Okay, so let's try to run this code. So what is the maximum value? Is 40. Okay, let's try to shuffle some value. Okay, let me add some more values like 1 and 5 5 and 2 2 and 9 9. Okay, so now what is the maximum value? Let's check. In this case, maximum value is 99. I hope you are getting everyone. Okay, this is a basics program, but we are learning basics to advanced. Okay, so we cannot ignore anything. All right. So find median. How we can find median? Okay, let me clean this. All right. So how we can find median? For example, we have a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So first I will take the length of the list. Okay, what is the length? How many elements are there? 5 elements. So length is 5. Okay. So if our length is not divided by 2. So for example, what is the median value? For example, I have a list like 10, like there have some column 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So what is the median value? Median value, which is the middle value. So what is the median value? If I talk about median value, 10, 20, and 40, 50. And what is the middle value? Middle value in this case 30. Okay, so 30 is the middle value. So what is the length of this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n equals to 5. So if n is an odd number, if it is not n is divisible by 2 or not? No, n is not divisible by 2. So what here same we are saying, if n is not divisible by 2, what is the a value? Length of the list. If length of the list is not completely divisible by 2, so what we will say? We will say divide by 2. For example, what is the length of this? What is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length is 5. So what I will do, I will divide this length and divide it by 2. So this is what? Integer division. Okay. So what would be the answer? What would be the answer? What would be the division? 2 only. Okay. So it's mean 2 indicates the middle value. Like this is what? Index number. We are saying in the index number 2, we got the middle value. So what is the index? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the middle value? 30. And what is the position of 30? 2. Okay. So 30 is the middle value. And what is the position? 2. Okay. So for example, if we have, for example, let's change the scenario now. Okay. Let me clean some. Okay. Now scenario is this. So how many elements are there inside the list? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is the n value? N value is 4. Okay, so n is divisible by 2 completely. Yes, n is completely divisible by 2. So this condition true or false? This condition is false. So what will happen? See, else what we are doing, we are dividing this value by 2. Okay, when I divide n by 2, this is the integer division, means we will not consider point value. So what is the result? 2. What is the result? 2 itself. So how we can find the median value? For example, if I write median value like this, okay, so how many boxes we have? We have 4 boxes. This is 10, 20, 30, and 40. So what is the middle value? There is not a single middle value. If I take this middle value, so this is not middle value because we have left side 1 element and 2 elements to the right side. So there should be balancing, but there is no balancing. So in this case, what we will do? We will take 2 middle value. We will take how many middle values? 2 middle values. Okay, in this case we will take 2 middle values. So how we can take this 2 middle value? So I will divide. So this is the index number. Okay, 2 is the index number. Then what I will do, I will write list 1. Here I will mention index. What is the index? 2. And then I will write plus, and again I will write list 1. And now I will write n minus 1. N minus 1 is what? N minus 1 is what? 1. N means 2. 2 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so what is the middle value now? And I will divide this, and I will divide this complete by 2. I will divide it by 2. So I got the middle value. What I will get? I will get the middle value. So what is the second position value? 0, 1, 2, and 3. So what is the mean of this? This mean 30. Okay, this mean is 30. And what is the mean of list 1? I will write plus sign here. Okay, then what I will write? I will write list index position 1. So what is the index position 1 of the list? 20. Okay, this is 20. So instead of this, 20 will print. Okay, 20 will come. And what we are doing, we are also dividing the value. So what is the sum of this? Sum is 50. Sum is what? 50. So if I divide 50 by 2, so what I will get? I will get a middle value. So middle value is what? In this case, 25. Is 25 a middle value? Yes, 25 is the middle value. Okay, so we can print like this. Why I am saying 25 is a middle value? See, because 25 lie between here, 20 and 30. So what is the middle value? What should be the middle value? 25. Okay, that's why result is 25. Okay, so let's try to write this program as well. We can write this program. I will use, I will, okay, let me create one list equals to 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, let's take this element. So what I will do, I will calculate the length of the list. So with the help of length function, I can write list 1. Okay. Now I got what? I got the length. Okay. I got the length. Then what I will do? I will check if n modulus 2 not equals to 0. If it is not equals to 0, then what I will say? I will say print middle value is, using f string, I will say middle median, or I will say median. Median is what? If we talk about median, median is what? Middle value. Median is nothing but middle value. Okay, what is the median? Median is the middle value. So I will write median of list 1 is, so here I will write, okay, I will divide also. How can I find the median? I will divide the value. So what I will write here, n, so I will write here, I will create a variable mid equals to, I will write n integer division by 2. Okay, so this is how I got the middle index. So here I will write, here I will write inside the curly braces list 1 and middle value I will write. Okay, so this is how I can code. Suppose if it is not divisible by 3, if it is like even list, if there is an even list, so what's the mid value? Mid value would be 35. So else I will say else what is the mean? Again I will find middle. How can I find? N divided by 2 integer division. Okay, then I will say print, here I will write median of list 1 is, now everyone please focus, now what I will write, list, okay, mid then plus list mid minus 1. Okay, mid minus 1. So this is how I got the middle value of the list. So in this case, what is the middle value? Middle value is, middle value is what? Middle value is 25. Okay, middle value is somewhere 20 and between 20 and 30. So middle value would be 30, and I will divide this. I will divide this what? Divide this particular thing by 2. Okay, do not forget to divide. Okay, without division we cannot get the middle value in the case of even. So what I will do, I will use parenthesis, sorry, I will use parenthesis, I will divide by 2. This should be the integer division. Okay, I hope all of you getting. Okay, now try to run this code. What will happen? So error is coming. What is the error? Print median function. Okay, unsupported operation type plus. So what happened here? Mid. All right, list. Okay, so here I would like, I will write list 1. What is our list? What is our list? List is list 1. And same here, I will write list 1. Now I will run the code. So what is the middle value? 50. Suppose if we have like, how many elements are there? 4 elements, means even element, even number, even length. For example, if I write odd length, so what is the length now? 3, 4, 5. So what is the length? 5. So 5 is odd, so means length is not divisible by 2. So what will happen? We will get the middle value. In this case, 30 is middle value. Let's check whether 30 is middle value or not. Yeah, 30 is middle value. See, 30 is middle value. Median is what? Middle value. Okay. All right. So for example, what would be the output of this? What would be the output of this? Find the output. So what would be the output? List is 10, 20, 30 and 40. So for example, we have a list 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So what is the index value? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is a positive indexing. If I talk about negative indexing, so it starts from 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Okay, start from minus 1 to length of the string, length of the list. Okay, so what is did I mention? For example, so what is the syntax? Syntax is we mention start value, then stop value, and then we write step. Okay, so this is syntax. So if I write like this, minus 1, so what is the mean? What is the mean? I'm not giving any start value and I'm not giving any stop value, so it will take default step value, start and stop value. Remember one thing, your start should be, your start should be lesser than stop, then step would be positive. And if your start is greater than stop, okay, so what is your step would be negative, so step value is negative. Okay, so what is the step value? Step value is minus 1. So it will start from where? It will start from here. Okay, and what is the stop value? Stop value is minus 5. Okay, and what is the start value? The start value is minus 1. So check which one is greater. Is -1 greater than -5? Yes, -1 is greater than -5. So which indexing it will follow? Negative indexing. Negative step it will follow. So it is following negative step. So what will happen? It will print first. It will print 50. Then what is the next step? It will print now. It will come in the second step and it will print 40, then 30, 20, and 10. Okay. So let's try this example. For example, we have this same list. Okay. So I would like syntax like for I. Okay, I in. So what we have tried, we will write, okay, we are using list, iterable, list one, and I'm not giving any what value, start and stop. I'm just mentioning -1 here. Okay, then what I will do, I will print the list and end with space. Should be end with space. So what will happen? It will start from the reverse direction. Okay, so see the output. So output is 50, 40, 30, and 10. Okay, for example, I want to print -1 to I want to print 50, 40, 30. So if I write -4 stop value, if I write -4 stop value, so it will print -1 value, -2 value, and -3 value. It will not include -4 because stop doesn't include. Okay. So what I will write, for example, first I will create this list 10, 20 till 50. Okay, so this is a 10, 20, 30, and 50. So if I write stop value is -4, so what it will print? It will print 50, 40, and 30. So it is printing the same. Yeah, 50, 40, and 30. Suppose I want to print till 20, 50 to 20. So I will mention -5 because -5 will not include. If we will mention -5, so -5 will not include. It will print -1, -2, -3, -4 till -4. It will print. So what I will mention here, I will mention -5. Okay, so what will happen? -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. But -5 will not include. All right, everyone. So let me run the code. How we can run? So this is printing till 20. This is printing till 20, 50 to 20 in the reverse direction. Why reverse direction? Because we are using negative step value. Step value is what? Negative. So it will start from right to left. Okay. Okay. I hope you are getting this video. Again, I am saying this video may be long, but this is a training course. So what can I do? I will teach all the concept from the basics onwards. Okay. So this video might be long, but it will clear your all concept. If you have any difficulty to understand, then you can give me feedback. Then I will try to improve based on your feedback. Okay. So for example, let's try this output because this type of question mostly asked in the entrance exam. Okay, or government teaching exam. Like what type of exam? These questions really asked in EMRS, PGT computer science exam. Generally question asked from the list in Python portion and TGT. Okay, like this kind of entrance exam mostly question paper cover this kind of questions. So that's why this is important for you, and for your interview purpose this is also important. For example, what would be the output? So we have list. Let me create quickly a list. Okay, so how many boxes are there? How many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 boxes I will create. Let me create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Okay, let me write the values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay, so let me quickly write the index value. So what's the index value? Index value is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And what is the index value from? What is the index value from what? From the right to left. So what is the negative indexing? Negative indexing is -1, -2, okay, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, and -10. Okay, now check. What is the start value? Start value is here -5. So if remember one concept, this concept will work everywhere. This concept works everywhere. If start is less than stop, then your step value would be positive. positive one by default. If your start value is greater than stop value, then by default your step value would be -1. Okay, so in our case, what is the start value? What is the start value? Start value is -5. Means what is the start value? This one, 60. 60 position is -5. And we mention stop. No, we didn't mention stop. So it will run -5 to -1. It will run -5 to -1. Okay. So start. Okay. So tell me whether start is less than, what is the end value? End value is -1. So start is greater than or less than? Start is greater than or less than? Start is less than stop. So what will happen? Positive indexing will follow. Positive indexing, positive step value will follow. Okay, so if I say to you, what is the starting point? 5, -5. And what is the other point? So it will move this direction or this direction. Which direction? So we will follow positive indexing. Why? Because our start is less than stop value. Start is less than stop value, then use positive indexing. Okay, so what I will do, what is the step value? Step value is 1. So if I ask you, what is the 5 plus 1? Okay, if I ask you -5 plus 1, what is the result? So you will say, okay, sorry, what mistakes I'm doing. Yeah, so you will say minus 4. So it will print -4. And again, if I add 1, so what will the result? -3. So minus 3 value will print like this. It will print till 100. Okay, so let's try. For example, we have values like 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90, and 100 we also have. So if I write -5 and I'm not mentioning start value and step value. So what is the stop value? Okay, I'm giving start value. Start value is -5. So -5 is what? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. -5 is 60. 62 till end. Okay. So your step is less than, start is less than stop. So it would be positive increment, positive step. So see what will print. It should print 62, 62, 100. Let's check whether it's working or not. 62, 100 it is printing. Okay. For example, I want to print 62, 90. Or let's say I want to print 62, 80. So what is the index value of 80? -3. So instead of -3, I will mention -2. So it will exclude -2 and it will print -5, -4, -3, because stop value will not include. So what is the start value? What is the start value? -5. And what is the stop value? I want to print till what? Till 80. Okay, so -1, -2. So -2 I will mention stop value. -2 is the stop value. So when I run, so it will print -5, -4, okay, -3, and -2. But -2 will not include, so it will print till 60, 70, and 80. So let me try. 60, 70, 80 is printing. All right. Okay. Now we will see. Okay. So what is the output of this? Let me clean this. So whenever you solve this kind of problem, so as much as you can make diagrams and all, you can like use diagrams, then only you can solve very easily. Okay, use this kind of diagram approach, then you can easily solve this kind of problem. For example, I want to check output of what? For example, I want to check the output of this. So I will create. It doesn't take much time, so do not uh, like panic to create like this. So I want to check this output. So what is the elements? 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. What is the indexing? Positive? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the negative? -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. Okay, so what is the start value? Start value is not mentioned. What is the stop value? Stop value is -5. If stop value is -5, so it will run till -4. Okay, so initially what is the start value? Start value is -1, so it will print -1 to -4, because -5 will not include. So check whether what is the output of this. What would be the output of this? Okay, let me copy and paste quickly. Okay, I have to create list also now. Okay, list one equals to this. Okay, so this is -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So -5 will not include, it will print till 20. Okay, -5 will not include. So see what is the output. Output is not coming. Why? Because output is not coming. Why? -5, and I didn't give. What is the problem? Okay, so -5. I should take this list. Let me take this list. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 till 100. Let me create till 100. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay, so let's say what is the minus value? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, -5 is the stop value. So it will print till -4. Let's check now what's the output. Okay, -10, -20, -30, -40, and -50. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry. What I'm saying, that is the output is 10, 20, 30, and 40 and 50. Okay, so output is 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. You are saying why this, why this? So remember one thing. I would like to tell you one thing. Okay, one thing is, if start is not mentioned, so by default start value is what? Start value is 0. Okay, if step is not mentioned, stop value by default is -1. Remember this thing. So what is our start value? 0. So it will count from 0. And what is the end value? -5. So this is -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So it will not include -5. It will run till -6. Okay, so it will not consider stop value. So till here to here. Okay, it will not include this. Okay, I hope you are getting everyone. All right, let's proceed further. And what is the value of this? What's the value? For example, if I write x and list 0 index, okay, and I will print x. So what would be the answer? What would be the output? For example, I'm creating list 1 equals to 10, 20, 30, and 40. And if I'm writing, please understand, this is very important question, very important program in list 0. Okay, list 0 means is 10. 10 is a single value or more than one value. 10 is a single individual value. But here what we write? We write iterable. So 10 is an integer value or iterable? 10 is an integer value. When you write integer value instead of iterable, so it will give error. Okay. Otherwise, what you can write? You can write range from start to like end. You can mention. Okay. Else what you can do? You can mention the iterable, some part of the list. You can mention some part of the list, like starting is this and ending is this, like this. Then this is also okay. But when you write only single element, single 10, so 10 is what? Integer value, or we can say scalar value, scalar data type. It doesn't work on scalar data type, it work on the iterable or range. Okay, so but this is a scalar value, so it will give error. So let's try to print. So it will give error or not? So it will give error. See, int object is not iterable. So instead of int, what should be there? Iterable. Instead of integer value, 10 is what type? Integer value. There should be iterable. If you write like this, then it is okay, because list 1 is iterable. List 1 means complete element, more than one element. So it will work fine. There is no issue. See, it is printing all data. Okay, if you are giving some part of the list, then you can also give like you can mention like this. So there is no issue, because 0 is 10, 1 is 20, and it will not include second index value. So 10 and 20 is what? More than one value. It is not a scalar value but a list, so it will print data. Okay, 10 and 20 is printing. But if you write here, 0 alone, it's mean what? 10 only. So 10 is scalar value, but it does not work on scalar values. What is the error? Type error. This is a type error. Integer object is not iterable. So we need what? Iterable. So if you remove this, so it will work fine, as I told you earlier. So it is printing fine. All right. So for example, I want to do some, so I can use maximum function. Okay, so we have some predefined function. We can write the logic as well, and we can simply write what? We can simply write predefined function. So what is the predefined function? For example, I want to add this complete list. So what I will write? I will write simply here in the print. What I will write? Sum, and here I will mention list one. Sum of list one. So what will happen? 100 will print. Why 100? Like 4 times, because I am writing inside the loop. Without loop, you can write, but be careful with indentation. So what is the sum? Sum is this 100. Okay, so you can use predefined function, but interviewer may not ask this kind of problems like use predefined function. He will never tell you like this. He will ask you write the logic for sum, write the logic for max, and this is how you can find the maximum value. Maximum value is 40 among this list. And if you want to print min value, you can also print like list one, and you can print min value. Okay, like this you can perform. Okay, and if you want to check the length of the list, so simple. I hope you already knows how we can check length. I will use length list one. Okay, so what is the output? 4 is the output. For example, if I'm writing here like num equals to 100. So if I calculate the list of num, I want to calculate length of the num. So what will happen? What would be the length? Length would be error. Why error? Because length function does not work on a scalar value or integer value, single value. It works on more than one values. It works on collection. So see what will happen. In last, error is coming. Object of type int has no length. So int has no length. Okay. Instead of number, you can write string. Okay, like course. Course equals to what? Python. If you write course equals to Python, so what is the length? This is a collection, or we can say iterable. So what is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 is the length. So now error will print or not? No, error will not print. Instead of error, 6 will print. See. Okay. So still error. What is the error? Okay. I have to mention here. Here, what is the variable name? Course. And here should be the course. Okay. Now run. So 6 is the length. All right. I hope you are getting. Okay. Now we will discuss about iterable object. Okay. Now we will discuss about iterable object. Iterable object. So everyone please focus now, because this is really important. What is iterator object? What is iterator object? ITR. What is the name of the function? ITER. And inside this, what we write? Iterable. Okay, iterable we write. Okay, this function receives iterable object and return iterator object. So this receive what? Iterables. Receive iterable and give what? Iterator object. It give iterator object. This iterator object is used to read values from iterables. So this particular iterator object is used to read value from the iterables. So underscore next underscore function is method read and return next value from the iterables. Okay, so this particular method underscore next, it is also known as magic method. Okay, by default it is called this method called by default. Okay, for example, we have this list. And so what's the mean? We have this list. How many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 boxes we have. So it will take some space in the memory. Okay, if it is taking space in memory, so we have what address of this particular area. So what is the address? Address is 100. So one iterator. Suppose iterator name is A. So iterator will hold the address of this list. Okay. For example, I'm creating iterator itr function and list one. What is the list one? This. So it will take the object of itr. Okay. So when we say a dot underscore underscore next, so this is what a magic method. So it will call 10. It will take 10. And again you will write, so it will print 20, then again 30, 40, 50, and then if you again write, so what happened? Error. Why error? Because we are exceeding the index value. For example, here is the example: name underscore list. Name is Naresh, Ramesh, Suresh, and Kishore, like this. So I'm creating itr object or not? I'm creating itr object of what? Iterable. This is what? Iterable. Okay. Remember everyone, if I talk about iterable, iterable means collection. In collection, we have more than one value. What is collection? Collection is what? Okay. Collection of what? We have different type of collection. Like one is, okay, so we have like mapping. Okay, we can say we have mapping, and we have set, and what we have in last, sequence. Okay. And if I talk about this, so this is sequence, and this is unordered, means no sequence. Unordered. So if I talk about sequence, so sequence comes under list, tuple. Okay, list, tuple, and string as well, like that. And if I talk about unordered, so set is unordered. If I talk about mapping, so dictionary is mapping. So now you are understanding what is iterable. Iterable is collection. Okay. And we have three types of collection: ordered, or we can say sequence, unordered, and mapping. Inside the sequence, we have list, tuple, and string. Inside the unordered, we have set, etc, and more. And in mapping, we have dictionary. Okay. So now you're understanding what is iterable. Name underscore list is a iterable, because list also example of iterable. List is what? An iterable. Because in list we have more than one value. One, two, three, four. We have four value. So we will give here iterable name. What is the iterable name? Names underscore list. So iterable object will create. Okay, iterable object assigned to A. So when I write A underscore underscore next method, this is also known as magic method. It will give first value to n. Okay, it will give first value to n. So what is the first value? Naresh. So what it will print? Naresh it will print. Okay, then if you execute it again, so it will print. For example, I am using for loop. So what is the n value? What is the n value? Whatever inside A. So inside A, what? Address of list. So it will print n. N means Naresh. Okay, first iterable, and then Ramesh, then Kishore, Suresh, and Kishore. So it will print like this. Okay. Okay, listen one thing. I did some mistake. So it is what was the address of A? For example, we have 1,000 address. So when I write next, so it will print first Naresh, then it will move to the here. It will move to the Ramesh. So when I use for loop, so it will start printing from Ramesh to Kishore. So this is the okay. This is also another example. For example, list is what? A collection, or we can say iterable, and we are creating iterable object, and this is assigned to A. So what will happen? 10 will, like if I print list 1, so what will happen? All data will print. And if I write list using list method, if I'm giving A and I'm printing list 2, okay, I'm printing list 2, so what will happen? Again the same thing will happen. A list will print. Okay. So if I write list method, and this is what data type, range data type, so it will generate 10 to 100 element, and step value is 10. So how many element it will generate? It will generate 10 and 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, like this. So this would be the output. If I write list using list function, this is ABC. So it will assign to 4. So it will print ABC like this. Now this is an important question, everyone. Please see carefully now. What is the difference between iterator and iterable? Okay, what's the difference between iterator and iterable? So I already told you what is iterable. What is iterable? Iterable is nothing but collection. Iterable is what? Collection. And we have different types of collection like sequence, or we can say ordered collection and unordered collection, and we have mapping. In ordered collection we have list, tuple and string. In unordered tuple we have set and frozen set also there. And in mapping we have dictionary. But what is iterator? Iterables is like the sequence, unordered and mapping. When we talk about when we talk about iterable, so list, sequence, mapping, dictionary, these are what iterables. And we talk about iterator, this one, so it is a object. See what is the answer? An iterable is basically an object that any user can iterate over. And iterator is also an object that helps a user in iterating over the another object that is iterable. We can use generate an iterator when we pass the object to the itr method. We use the underscore underscore next method for iterating. Okay, we use underscore underscore next method to iterating. Okay, this is the important question, everyone. Now we will talk about enumerate object. So what is enumerate object? So we write enumerate, which is function. So it takes two values. First is iterable, and then it takes start. By default, start is 0. This function returns enumerate object. Enumerate object. Enumerate is also iterate object which iterate value and count. For example, we have this list, okay, till 50, 10 to 50. So this list occupies some space in memory. If it is occupying some space in the memory, it must have some address in the memory. So what is the address? Is 1000. So when we write enumerate list, so the list address will assign to E. So okay, so list address will assign to E. E is what? Enumerator object. E is what? Enumerator object. And so what is the start value? Start value is 0. Okay, start value is 0. And what is the 0 position value is 10. And then in the second next iteration, s- start value is 1 and stop value is, and in the one position we have 20. In the one position we have 20. And see here, now we have 2, it is increasing value, and in the two position we have 40. 0, 1, 2. Okay, sorry, 30 we have, not 40. Like this. So we can give specifically like if I write again next after how many time it is. For example, if I write this is 0, 1, 2, okay, and this is what, so this is what, a underscore underscore next. So now what is the index value is 5. So 0, 1, 3 and 4. So it will not work. Okay, for example, see here, for example, we have some sales data. Okay, this is a sales data list. And if I write enumerate sales, sales is what? Iterable. Sales is what? One iterable. And I'm writing 1999. Means 1999 is the year. Okay, so we are writing for loop. Okay, for loop X in E. E is what? Enumerator object. Enumerator object. Now I'm giving X. So by default, it is calling underscore underscore next method to iterate. Sorry, let me write correctly. Underscore underscore parenthesis. So it is by default include this method internally. So what it will print first? It will print like what is the sales value? Sales value is 1000. And what's the year? What's the year? Let's try this output. So what's the year? This is the year, and this is what? Sales. Okay. Then it will increment 1000, and in 2000 we have sales. Like this we can print. Okay. And here we have iterable. Okay, and we have some values. So in order to enumerate function, we will give iterable. And what is the start value? Start with like what is the step value is 1. So it will print like this. It will print like 1 is Naresh, 2 is Suresh, and 3 is Ramesh. I hope you are getting. When you practice it more, then you will get all the idea how we can solve. And you can download the notes from the description. No issue, you should not pay anything, not even 10 rupees, not even 20 rupees, not even 0 rupees. You can take this note because this notes is for your education purpose. Okay, you will learn, then you will then you will grow also. So learn what, how much you can learn, how much you can consume from here. List is a mutable. Collection, mutable means changeable, changeable. Okay, collection or iterable. Collection and iterable both are the same thing. It means after creating list, object change can be done. Okay, so we can change objects. Okay, in the next lecture we will learn how we can modify. In this lecture we learn about read operation, how we can read all values. In the next lecture, okay, in the next lecture we will learn how we can replace or we can say update the list, because list is mutable. If list is mutable, we can perform replace as well, modification we can perform. So I hope everyone you got some idea. Okay, so thank you for giving your valuable time. Thank you everyone. If you are here still, so I'm really thankful to you for giving your time, and always be happy. Always be happy in your life. Do not be sad. Do not be sad. Do not be depressed. Okay, always be happy. Be chill. Okay, do not take any situation seriously. Okay, do not take any situation seriously. If you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling depressed, and if your time is not good, then you can say like this: बुरे वक्त जरा तमीज से पेश आ. Okay, क्योंकि वक्त तो हट जाता है. Okay, like this you can say. You can motivate yourself. Don't be depressed, because everyone have some specific number, like in ages like 60, 70 is the end age. People are generally have 60 or 70 or 80 maybe. So this life is not like forever. This life is not forever. This life is for temporary. This life is what? Temporary. Temporary. Okay. Okay, every person have some specific stop value. Every person have a stop value like 60, and other person have 70. Like another person have some stop value is 80. So is this life a permanent? Is this permanent life? So why are you serious? Why are you so serious? Don't be serious. Just chill. All the problems are temporary. By the end of the time, you can see there is you can solve all the problems, because you are the best creation of the god. Okay, so problems are temporary. Don't take it too much seriously. Okay, and don't hate anyone. Do not hate anyone. Okay, always forgive the people. Okay, because this life is not like permanent. This is what temporary. So enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your all the things. Spend some time with your family. Okay, and spread happiness among the people. Okay, so thank you everyone for giving your valuable time. Bye everyone. Okay, thanks for your giving your precious time. Okay, thank you.